Welcome. Let me tell you something brutally honest. You're afraid to speak English because you're afraid of judgment. You're afraid people will laugh at your mistakes. You're afraid they'll think you're stupid. You're afraid they'll judge your accent, your grammar, your vocabulary. And you know what? You're right. Some people will judge you. Some people will laugh. Some people will correct you. Some people will make you feel small. That's the truth. And I'm not going to lie to you. But today, I'm going to tell you why you should speak anyway. This is not just a video. This is your armor. This is the moment you stop caring about judgment and start using your voice. So don't just watch. Feel this video. Because by the end, you will understand that judgment is temporary, but silence is permanent. Before we begin, let me say this. This video is powerful for your English too. Because when you overcome the fear of judgment, nothing can stop you. So get ready. Let's begin. The problem: you give others too much power over your life. Let me tell you about a young woman named Anjali. Anjali studied English for 8 years. She understood everything. She knew grammar. She had good vocabulary, but she never spoke. One day, she was in a meeting at work. Her boss asked a question. Anjali knew the answer perfectly, but she stayed silent. Why? Because 3 years ago, she tried to speak English in front of her colleagues. She made a small grammar mistake. She said, "I have went," instead of "I have gone." And one person laughed. Just one person. Just one laugh. But that laugh destroyed her confidence for 3 years. She never spoke again. She gave that one person's judgment so much power that it silenced her for 3 years. Think about this. One person, one moment, 3 years of silence. Is that fair? But that's what happens when you give others too much power over your life. You let their judgment become your prison. You let their opinion become your barrier. You let their laughter become your fear. And the sad truth is, that person probably forgot about it the next day. But Anjali is still carrying it 3 years later. This is the cost of caring too much about judgment. The truth: everyone gets judged, but only some people succeed. Here's what you need to understand. Everyone gets judged. Everyone. Native speakers get judged. Successful people get judged. Billionaires get judged. Leaders get judged. No one escapes judgment. When you speak, some people will judge you. When you stay silent, some people will judge you for being quiet. When you're successful, people will judge you for showing off. When you're struggling, people will judge you for being weak. You can't escape judgment. It's part of life. So the question is not, how do I avoid judgment? The question is, how do I succeed despite judgment? And the answer is simple. You stop caring. Let me tell you something powerful. The people who judge you are not living your life. They're not paying your bills. They're not achieving your dreams. Their opinion doesn't change your reality. If they think your English is bad, so what? Will their opinion make you fluent? No. Will their laughter pay your rent? No. Will their judgment open opportunities for you? No. Only your action will do that. Only your speaking will improve your English. Only your courage will create your success. So why are you giving them power? Why are you letting strangers control your future? Why judgment says more about them than about you? Let me tell you something most people don't realize. When someone judges you for trying, it says nothing about you. It says everything about them. People who judge others for making mistakes are people who are too afraid to try themselves. People who laugh at others for speaking imperfect English are people who have never had the courage to learn something new. They're not laughing because you're bad. They're laughing because they're insecure. They're judging because they're unhappy with themselves. Confident people don't judge learners. Confident people encourage learners. Successful people don't laugh at mistakes. Successful people respect effort. Kind people don't mock others. Kind people support others. So when someone judges you, Remember this. Their judgment is their problem, not yours. You're trying. You're learning. You're growing. They're sitting there criticizing others instead of improving themselves. Who's really winning? You are. The solution. Build judgment-proof confidence at Pro English Zone. We don't just teach you English. We build your mental strength. We train you to become judgment-proof. Here's how we do it in the 6-month Fluency Challenge. Phase 1. Practice in safe spaces. For the first 2 months, you practice alone. You shadow videos. You speak to yourself. You build confidence in private. No judgment, no pressure. Just practice. This builds your foundation, your skills, your courage. Phase 2. Gradual exposure in months. 3 and 4, you start speaking in low-pressure situations, maybe with one friend who supports you, maybe in online practice groups with other learners. You get used to being heard. You get used to making mistakes in front of others. And you realize something important. Most people don't judge. Most people don't even notice your mistakes. They're too focused on themselves. Phase 3. Real-world practice. In the final 2 months, you speak in real situations, work meetings, social events, real conversations. By this point, you've practiced so much that mistakes don't scare you anymore. Judgment doesn't stop you anymore. Because you've built judgment-proof confidence. You know your value doesn't come from perfect English. Your value comes from your courage to speak despite fear. The 6-month Fluency Challenge. Build unshakable confidence. Now you're probably thinking, but how do I stop caring about judgment? That's a great question. The answer is, you don't stop caring overnight. You build immunity gradually through exposure and practice. And that's exactly what the 6-month Fluency Challenge provides. For 6 months, we create a supportive environment where you can practice without harsh judgment. We give you safe spaces to make mistakes. We give you encouraging feedback. We give you a community of learners who understand your struggle. And gradually, you build the confidence to speak anywhere, with anyone, without fear. By the end, judgment doesn't stop you. Because you've spoken despite judgment so many times that it lost its power over you. This is not just a course. This is confidence training. But here's what you need to know. The challenge is coming soon, and spots will be limited. So if you're tired of silence, if you're ready to speak despite judgment, you need to act now. Subscribe to this channel. Turn on notifications. Because when the challenge launches, I will announce it here first. Stop letting judgment silence you. Start letting courage define you. Hit subscribe now. Has someone's judgment stopped you from speaking? What's the worst thing someone said about your English? Write your answer in the comments. Your honesty will help others realize they're not alone. Thank you for watching this video. I'm proud of you. I'm proud that you're ready to speak despite fear. Remember this. People will judge you, that's a fact. But their judgment is temporary. Your silence is permanent. Their opinion lasts a moment. Your regret lasts a lifetime. So what's worse? Being judged for trying? Or being silent forever? The answer is clear. Speak. Make mistakes. Let them judge. Because every time you speak despite judgment, you win. Every time you try despite fear, you grow. And one day you'll look back and realize that the people who judged you are still exactly where they were. But you're fluent. You're confident. You're free. Because you didn't let their opinion become your prison. So speak today. Speak imperfectly. Speak with mistakes. Speak with fear. But speak. Because your voice matters more than their judgment. Subscribe now, join Pro English Zone, and get ready for the 6-month Fluency Challenge. Your fearless, judgment-proof voice is waiting. Stay strong. Stay focused. Stay natural. And I'll see you in the next video.